Hey everybody, welcome to today's learning curve. I'm your host Jimmy Eats, and I'm going to do some cooking on my Blackstone griddle. Yeah, that's one of the loves that I have in life, and it's cooking. So if you've never done a gumbo, stick with me. I'll show you how I'm going to do it. Alright everybody, I'm going to start with my prep work. I'm going to start off with this chorizo smoked sausage. I'm just going to take this out of the package and cut it in chunks. Just however big you want it. The smaller the faster they cook, so I just do about size like that, pieces like this, you know, about like that size. Okay, so I got that done, and then next I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna start slicing my peppers. I got some red pepper, some yellow pepper, and some green pepper. I'm gonna use most of this up. Okay, so I got that cut. Now for the yellow one. I use up the rest of what I got out of the fridge. That way I don't waste it. I always cut this white membrane out. Keeps from getting heartburn that way. It does for me anyway. I'm gonna slice it the same way, just in strips. It's up to you how thick you want it. Like I said, the thinner you cook things, the faster they cook, so depends on how fast you want it to cook, I guess. Okay, and then now for the green one. Try to keep some of these seeds out of there, otherwise they'll have a lot of heat. Which I guess don't bother me none, but if anybody else at the house wants it, they won't like that, so. Okay, so I got the peppers done now. Off to the onion. Probably gonna do half of this onion. I think the whole onion would be kind of a lot, so half will be plenty. Go ahead and peel it like so. And about that much. Save this for later. And I put it on whole about like that. When you stir it up, it'll break down quite a bit. So that's that. And then now I have some pieces of zucchini, a green and a yellow. I'm going to use the rest of these two pieces, which I think will be probably enough. This. I'm going to cut it in strips, and I'm going to cut it in half. Not strips, but circles like this. I just cut it in half like this. That should be good. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the yellow zucchini as well. This cooks pretty fast. If you cut it a little thicker, really won't hurt anything. Okay, and then just like the green, cut this in half as well. Oh, like that. Just throw it on there. Now I haven't got my Blackstone cooking yet because I got lots of prep. It'll cook up, it'll get going plenty of time. I got a steak, some shrimp, and all that meat to cook. And also I have some rice over on the stove to put with it. So I got the leftover mushrooms that I have. I'm gonna put that right on top. Get that used up. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get the Blackstone fired up. So we'll get this going, and we'll put the steak on and the shrimp, and we'll have it rocking. All right, so I got the Blackstone on. I got it on high, pretty high. I got both burners on, so the whole thing's going. I'm gonna spread this out a little bit. I'll throw a little oil with it so we don't burn nothing. Which, as long as you move it enough, it won't burn. Like so. And now for my seasonings, I'm going to use some Spanish paprika. I like the Spanish paprika a little bit better than the regular paprika. It's got a little bit of a heat to it, a little bit of a good flavor. So put that on pretty thick because I like it that way, I guess I could say. Put that on. Now, also I'm going to use some mild chili seasoning because this is going to be kind of a spicy gumbo. Put that on pretty good. It's mild, so you can go kind of heavy with it, won't hurt nothing. Okay. Also, a little dried thyme. I like the flavor that thyme gives. So I'm going to put some of that on. Not real thick, but a pretty good amount. I got a lot of stuff on here, so go with that. Now I'm going to put a couple scoops of minced garlic. A couple scoops of this with my fork here. I like a little garlic flavor with everything, most everything. I'm going to do 2 good scoops. So I got a lot on there. Okay, that should be enough of that. And then, of course, as always, plenty of salt and pepper. This is salt and pepper mixture that I have mixed into the shaker. Put plenty of salt and pepper on there. And then one of my favorite seasonings to top it off, a little bit of cookies flavor enhancer. I love this cookies. I use it on almost everything. It's a little bit salty, so I'm not going to go real thick with this. About like that. Okay, it's all by eyeball for me. I don't have measurements. And then go ahead and give it a stir. Get them seasonings mixed in real good. Everything mixed together. And then shortly after this cooks a little bit, I'll add this shrimp, because the shrimp's pre-cooked and they're little. They're the small, extra small shrimp. Won't take nothing but some heat to get them done. And then also, as soon as I'm done mixing this, I'm going to throw on that extra thick New York strip steak that I love, which I know this is a lot of meat to put in a gumbo, but it's how I do things. I'm Jimmy Eats and I like to eat. So, okay, we got this mixed up pretty good. So we'll let this go for a little bit. And then time to throw on my New York strip. Cut it open. Of course, I'm going to season it well. I'm going to use Montreal steak seasoning, which is pretty much my new favorite steak seasoning. This stuff is really good. I like it a lot, so I'm going to put it on here, and then I'm going to set it down. I'm going to put my little weight that I have here on top of it to cook it. Pretty thick steak. It's about 1.5 inches, 1 3/4 inches. A little bit of salt and pepper on the steak as well. All right, and we're going to give it some time. So we'll keep this cooking. A couple minutes, I'll throw the shrimp on top of this mixture of vegetables, and we're going to have a gumbo going in no time. All right, so we're back. I've been cooking this for a couple minutes on this side. I did kick the heat down to about a medium on this side for the steak. I'm going to go ahead and give it a flip. Try to get some of this side going. Got a pretty nice looking char on this end. I like my steak medium rare, so we're going to go for the medium rare. Put that on there. Going to go ahead and give this a stir. Of course, I got this side on high heat yet, so it's cooking pretty fast. fluffy end there. Looking good, smelling amazing. Oh boy, Jimmy's getting excited. That meat's starting to brown up real good. That sausage and everything's looking really good. So I think I'm safe now to go ahead and add my shrimp. And I went and I drained out the shrimp. I had a lot of water in the package, so I rinsed it out and drained it. So I'm gonna go ahead and add that to the vegetables and let that get warmed up. Mix that in as well. All right, so I got a couple more minutes on this side. I'm gonna go ahead and flip it again. Push down, starting to firm up a little bit. Well, it won't be long and that's gonna be ready to go. Go ahead and give it another minute or two on that end. And we're gonna dish it up and give it a test try. All right, I'm gonna scoop the steak up. I'm gonna stick it on my Blackstone. I think I'm gonna give it a slice and see about where I'm at. Ooh, that looks pretty amazing to me. That's how I like my steak right there, boys. Some people might disagree, but it's medium rare, maybe even a little bit on the rare side of medium rare, but nonetheless very good. All right, so over on the stove while I was doing everything else, I got a mushroom rice that I cooked. Gotta have some rice with your gumbo. So I'm gonna go ahead and dish up my bowl. I'm gonna put some rice in the bottom. A couple scoops of rice. Of course, a couple scoops of veggies and sausage and shrimp. About like so. And then I'm gonna have some steak on top of mine. Boom. Can't wait to bite into that. That looks pretty good to me. Go ahead, tell me what you think. This is my version of the gumbo. Some people might not add the steak. I like the steak. I'm kind of a steak guy. So that's how I do things. But by all means, give me some comments. Give me some thumbs up. I tell you what, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Hit that notification so you know when I'm gonna do some more. Let me know what you think. Give it a try. Easy recipe. Just the vegetables you like, the meat you like. Of course, add a little rice to it. Don't take very long at all. Really good, healthy, hearty meal. So I'm gonna let it cool down just a little bit so I can take a bite, and I'll be back and I'll take a bite and we'll see what we think. All right, everybody, I let things cool down a little bit. Tell you what, let's take one more look at this amazing meal. Steak, shrimp, chorizo sausage, all kinds of amazing vegetables. Got a little kick to it. It's really good. Can't wait to take a bite. Oh boy. Ooh, that's good. Got a good kick. I can taste that garlic, salt, pepper. Everything I put in there is just right. That Spanish paprika gives it just the right flavor. Really good. I like that better than regular paprika myself. Of course, I'm gonna try this piece of steak. It's got that Montreal seasoning on it. That mid-rare. It's just how I like it. That's really good. Soft, tender, melting in my mouth. Boy, I'll tell you what, it don't get much better than this. It's really good. Tell me what you think. And I'll tell you what, this is another episode of Today's Learning Curve. Thanks, everybody. Talk to you later.